All right, good morning, Dr. Williams. This is my class, my 8th grade business leadership class for the Global Markets and Cultural Diversity lecture. Again, like I've been teaching for the last 3 years, these group of students, so I always do the same things whenever they come in. They come in, they sit down, they take their notebooks out. They're going to write down their objectives. In this case, the objectives, I'll introduce them, is to examine the significance of employment law and business, analyze the characteristics of the multicultural workplace, which in Miami is very prevalent, compare the patterns of behavior or interaction of the multicultural workplace, identify the value of performing effectively in various environments with people of different ages, genders, cultures, socioeconomic backgrounds, attitudes, and abilities, describe the effect of culture on doing business globally, describe how corporate cultures differ among businesses, identify ways in which cultural diversity has an impact on business. Along with them understanding their objectives for the next week or week and a half that it's going to take to get through this topic, we also have our essential questions, which either can last a day. Sit down, Noah. Sit down. Who did you have? Okay, sit down, that's fine, thank you. The essential questions, which again, depending on how fast we get through it and the level of understanding of the kids, could last either a day or they could last the entire week. Essential question number 1, define culture. Number 2, why is culture an issue in business today? 3, what are some of the signs that the United States has become more diverse in recent years? And the hot questions, which is Florida state law to have on the board, it stands for higher order thinking. Number 1, what cultural differences would you experience working in another country? 2, what changes in the business world do you think are the result of our population being more diverse? We also have a vocabulary here as well: culture, diversity, business etiquette, stereotype, corporate culture, baby boom generation, hierarchy, discrimination, bureaucracy, and ageism. Okay? So the first 5-6 minutes, we're going to have them at least get the objectives, essential question, and hot question down, because over the course of the week, we will be building our answers towards these, we will be building the answers to these questions over the week. Okay, guys, sit down, all right? So once they get that down, okay, so kind of fast forward a couple of minutes, once they get all of that down, we get right into the bell ringer. And this bell ringer is a little bit more involved because we have gone over similar chapters to this basically in the last year that I've had them. We've talked about discrimination, we've talked about the civil rights movement, and we've talked about different levels of discrimination all around the world, which all tie in to some sort of stereotyping that goes on globally, not just domestically. So the bell ringer for today is: imagine you and a coworker are experts in your field, whatever field that may be, science, business, education, okay, whatever field it may be. So the students can pick whatever field it is. All right. One of you is female, which if you look around, we're about 60-40 here in terms of female-male. Come on, Ebony. It's okay. One of you is female and the other is male. Your company wants to send you both to negotiate a business deal. And one thing that my students love to know, especially my global studies students, they definitely do want to travel the world. Some of them already have. So your company wants to send you both to negotiate a business deal in a country whose society discriminates against women. Again, my students have some experience in this. They know about some certain Muslim countries that we've covered during 9/11 that do have certain laws that are foreign to them, that what we would call, what we would consider discrimination against women. So society discriminates against women. Women who do business, there must arrange for men to handle direct negotiations with its businessmen. Okay, how would you handle the situation? Okay, so I would do a little bit more of an introduction, more so than what I showed on camera, or what the bell ringer is, and I would give them roughly about 10 minutes to produce an answer. All right. After giving them, my students, about 5 to 10 minutes to work on their bell ringer, I would open it up for discussion. Okay, so anybody have any thoughts about the bell ringer? Kelly?
Well, I would go.
So you would go? All right, well, that is your job, right?
Yeah.
So like, they're asking you to go, right? Trust me, people who go to war may not want to go. They might be scared to go. It might not be the best situation. So you go, right? So you would go.
I would go, and then I would respect their culture
Mhm.
because, like, if you put yourself in their spot, you wouldn't like it if somebody's telling you, no, that's not how it is.
Okay, so you
Just
would
like
respect their culture. So you as a woman, so you go with William, right? And you would say, all right, well, I'm like, we have the same position. We're both being asked to go, so I'm going to go there, and you wouldn't mind playing the background role.
Yes, but then at the same time, if there's things that I have to do to help him,
Mhm.
I would stand up at that time to help him.
But you're not allowed. It clearly states in a society that discriminates against women, and women who do business there, you have to get men to handle the negotiation.
But men also need help sometimes.
I agree with you, but you're not allowed to be there.
In the country,
I would not go.
it's their
Wait. You said you wouldn't go. Why?
No, because I want to be like on top. Like I want to be like the leader, not like.
But hold on. But you're partners though.
Okay, but.
Okay,
like,
so if you and Malik are working together, you're together. Okay, now it's not necessarily you being the leader, right? Now let me ask you this: isn't it most important? Let me ask you: isn't it more important for the deal to get done no matter what?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, it's a problem, but since we're only gonna be there just to get a deal done, it's like, just get
What's the
over it.
bottom line purpose of you guys going there? To make a social statement, or to get the business deal done? Okay, so should you females, I'm not a female, so I don't know, right? Should you guys put your pride aside and say, all right, we're going to represent McDonald's, we're going to represent Macy's, we're going to represent Nike. You know what? Who cares? I know what I'm doing, right? They don't see the value of women. Well, I'm going to play the background. Little do they know that I'm playing an intricate role, right? Yes, you may.
I don't know that. I will go.
You would
Because
go?
like it's just a deal, so it wouldn't be like forever. It would just be temporary. So you just go there, do your work, and then just leave.
Okay.
Might as well just get it done because
Just get it done, like,
if
just
you're
show
gonna
them
make a
that
big
girls
if
could
you're
do
gonna make a big deal, then not only is that like making the deal held back, but then also you're just making a big fuss about it. Just go get it over
Okay.
with and
David, it seems like you have something really important to say.
I mean, I would respect their culture, and if they do not allow my partner to go, then.
Well, not necessarily go. You can go. She just can't be at the negotiating table.
Yeah, but I would make sure to acknowledge her, just to say that she is my business partner, and any decision that I make would also be.
Excellent point. So although she cannot be there, Kelly cannot be there, Gabby cannot be there, Gabrielle cannot be there, Alexis can't be there, right? But it can be acknowledged. It's a great point, okay? And that would show, now, with that being said, right, what are we accomplishing, right? And Dr. Williams, obviously, this is a hotbed topic, so this could probably go back and forth for quite a long time, especially with my students here. But again, the deal gets done. That's what we're mainly there to do, right? Globally, it's getting done. I've explained to my students for the last 3 years that the world is shrinking. Okay, even me taking this class right now, they're learning how the world is shrinking, right? But just by doing what David said, just by doing what Kelly said, we are respecting our business etiquette for whoever we work with to say, no matter what, even though it's uncomfortable, we're going to get out there and we're going to get the deal done, period. Okay? We're respecting the culture of, let's just say we're going to Iran to do business. They're respecting it because they're not going to show up there and make a social statement. They're going to stay back at the hotel, but we're also going to respect excuse me, our culture, and the men at the negotiating table, like David said, right, will say, you know what, but this deal would not have been able to get done without my female counterpart, right? And like when we talk about social change, and this is something that I've talked about with my students for years now, right? That might be that one pebble to get the ball rolling. The fact that an American sat at the table with a Muslim or wherever they may be, right, and acknowledged the woman within an oppressive business deal. That might just be one little pebble that will spark change maybe 100 years from now, maybe 200 years from now, but it all starts somewhere. All right?